Okay, following on from the wing removal video, we're now going to be cleaning up the rust, sort of washing this area off using an angle grinder and a wire brush attachment to clean back to bare metal any rusty areas like this one, and then we're going to treat the bare metal and sort of re-undercoat with some stone chip preventing paint, and eventually it'll go from looking pretty awful, sort of with this kind of mess. This has obviously been stood for a long time, and it'll end up looking like this, where you can see that everything is nicely painted. So anyway, that's the goal. First of all, I'm going to get a bucket of water and a stiff brush. Okay, I've got two buckets. One is soapy and hot, the other is cold for rinsing. We're going to start with the sill and work our way forward. I'm going to use a brush. I'm just going to clean off as much of this as I can. Silicon sealant, nice. It's really tasty, that is. Yeah, well, it takes all sorts of it. It's important to get all these bits of trim off and see what's really behind it. Yeah, someone's put silicon sealant to hold that on there. It's not great. Why there's got silicon sealant? Don't see many need, really. Pretty good. Forward. Not using much water. I don't want water inside the sill, so I'm keeping it quite, sort of limited. Anyway, you get the idea. A comprehensive clean. I'll cut to the end and then we'll start with the next bit. Okay, this is all now clean and If you can see this quite clearly, you'll realise that this is an area that notoriously rusts, and there's hardly anything on here. So I am really, really pleased with this. The rest of it's cleaned out. You can see it's all very blue now. It was very muddy and brown before. Now it needs to dry, and I need to sweep up as well. But I'm going to get going on the grinding part. So what I have is an angle grinder with a wire brush. An angle grinder is very dangerous. Don't use one if you're not confident or trained to do so. They can injure you. Also wear gloves and goggles so that your eye protection, and be very careful of anything that might get entangled. But what I'm going to do is touch this against any bit of rust, clean it off and give me bare metal. Now, as you saw at the beginning of there, I touched my glove and it sent out a cloud of dust. If I wasn't wearing gloves, that would have been my finger that I hurt, so be careful. But what you can now see is bright shiny paintwork, or bright shiny metal rather, and that's what we're trying to achieve. So there's no rust, only shiny steel, which I can then paint with a rust inhibiting paint. I'm using a sort of Hammerite sort of anti-stone chip body underseal type paint for this type of work. Sealant where it's in the way I need to take off until I'm confident I've gone back to bare metal. So I'm going to be doing this all over. I'm going to work on these struts and on these suspension components, clean it all off, and obviously these rusty brackets where they exist. So that's my next bit. So until the next part. So now I'm into the final part where we're spraying areas. And this is a stone chip shield paint, which basically protects the metal against all the crap from the road that's going to come up. And everywhere that's clean, I'm covering, like so. Anyway, I shall carry on with this until I'm finished. And there we go. This is now complete with all areas of rust that had been wire brushed clear. They were all been painted now. So this whole area that you saw earlier that looked pretty good, this whole area was cleared down and now it's sprayed black. I put wax oil in there as well to prevent the inside of that box section from rotting. We've cleaned and sprayed all of the different elements under here, so it's all nice and protected. Hopefully we won't have any future rust problems, but there we go. So if you fancy protecting the running gear of your SLK, that's the way I've done it. Hope you found that useful. If you did, give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks ever so much. Bye.